Theresa May is being urged to spearhead a Tory rebel group against Boris Johnson's Brexit plans, but was brutally called out for being deeply unelected during a 2016 speech mocking her power in Westminster. Mrs. May is being urged to lead a Conservative rebellion against a move by the Prime Minister to out-muscle parts of the withdrawal agreement he signed with the EU earlier this year. It comes as Mr. Johnson faces pressure from all wings of his party over the decision to amend the withdrawal agreement, a move that Northern Ireland Secretary Brandon Lewis admitted, breaks international law in a specific and limited way. Mrs. May, the former Prime Minister, has voiced concern that should Mr. Johnson continue down his current path, Britain's reputation on the world stage could be seriously damaged. The row has set the scene for several following showdowns as former Attorney General Geoffrey Cox has said he will vote against the government's attempts to override the agreement, while Sir Jonathan Jones last week quit over the debacle. David Gauke, the Conservative former Justice Secretary, last week championed Mrs. May as the person who should lead the common struggle against her successor's plan to break international law. However, the former Prime Minister's ever-changing Brexit stance has over the years been picked apart. In 2016, she expressed deep concern over the UK's being excluded from the single market, only to claim 9 months later that in leaving we would be free to change the basis of Britain's economic model. Among her critics is the Labour Party's former spin doctor Alastair Campbell, who several times questioned the legitimacy of Mrs. May's leadership and Brexit stance. This was true of his 2016 Oxford Union, where he revealed his concern at most of the audience only having had 4 prime ministers in their lifetime. He said, "You have known no other prime minister in your life, apart from Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, David Cameron, and now the deeply unelected Theresa May." This was met with scores of laughter from the audience.